What has been the role of the American educational system in the continuing subjugation of Black people? The denial of three essential human rights, freedom, justice, and equality, are critical to keeping the Black man in the position of servitude which he has occupied in this country since we were brought here in chains in 1555. That third principle, equality, comes from the adjective equal, which means to be the same in value. It also means having the ability or the resources to meet a challenge. Are you equal to the task? See, do you have the ability? Do you have the resources? This is what a human being must have, equality. The same value, whether I'm in the Oval Office or I'm laying in the gutter, I'm a human being. And there are essentials of life. Now, equally, fairly, and in the same way, to the same degree. But not only is equality denied, but inequality is deliberately forced upon Black men and women in America. And the engine of inequality is the American educational system. Why is the U.S. government and the imposter Jews who think for her, why are they so fixated on denying you and I a real education? I'll tell you. From the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. No one can enslave another who has equal education, parenthesis, knowledge. That's why we can't have it, because we can't be enslaved if we have an equal education. So Allah has forced us out of this slave-making educational system. He weakened this educational system with a plague nearly 50 years ago. I will read to you from the fall of America. Now you're looking at a pestilence from heaven. The minister said, you got to go to heaven to find a solution. Meaning you have to go to the mind of the Creator. And you can't get in his mind if you're not even communicating with him on his terms. But Allah has been setting America up for this day. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad called God's takedown of the American educational system a plague. I will read to you from page 21, chapter 21 of the Fall of America. The plague of Allah God against the educational system of America is something that the philosophers and scientists should look into, as the destruction of America's education is the destruction of their wisdom to educate the people. There are many who look on the destruction without taking a second thought of the destruction of America's education. Education is a guide for the people to keep and maintain a civilized life. It is education that civilizes us. Now to see the citizens of America rebelling against the American educational system is something that the wise of the wise should take thought of, and they didn't. The wisdom of the educational system of the original black man of the earth has never been known to this world, because the black man was put to sleep in order to let this world, the white man, try itself at ruling. Now the rule of this world has been found to be dissatisfying, and the dissatisfaction is 100%. Allah has come to take over and guide another people into setting up a better educational system for the people of whom he himself is the head. But first, he must remove all the rubbish of the white man's world's educational system. He discards America's educational system as rubbish to be burned up. The crumbling of the educational system under a plague from Allah is the reason these scientists today are running around in circles, not having a clue as to what to do about coronavirus. That's the reason. They don't know what they're doing. Wickedness is one thing, but what we rarely think about is the incompetence, the 6-ounce brain of the Caucasian. Cinderella's carriage has turned back into a pumpkin. You're no longer being upheld by the knowledge and wisdom of the God or what he has allowed you access to. Now you're going back to who you really are.